Ever wondered why some edits feel engaging and others don't? It comes down to one thing only: camera movement. In this video, I'll show you how to master Camera 3D in DaVinci Resolve to create more depth in your next videos. Let's get into it. Now let's start building our scene. I'll start with a background node, mask it with a rectangle mask, and adjust the dimensions to create a clean Polaroid frame. Then I'll merge in my image and center it. All assets are in the description. To add some texture, I'll bring in a grunge overlay. I got this one from Texture Lab. I'll mask it inside the frame, lower the blend, and adjust the color slightly using a color corrector node. Now for the text. I'm using a letter by letter blurry fade up preset from my TYPESSENTIALS pack. This handles the animation setup, so we don't have to build it manually every time. I already made a tutorial on it. I'll type Newton and his birth and death dates. Then use character level styling to make the date smaller. I'll increase the animation speed to around 12 since it's very slow. Reduce the motion distance, increase the blur amount, and increase the delay between characters. I'll duplicate this twice for Tesla and Einstein, then group each one with Ctrl+G to keep everything organized. Now, let's bring everything into 3D space. I'll connect each Polaroid to an image plane 3D, merge them, then add a camera 3D and render 3D nodes. I'll enable dual viewer and start positioning them in 3D space. The goal is to create a path for the camera to move through. Now, this is where most people mess up. They animate the camera directly, and it ends up looking robotic and unnatural. To get smooth cinematic movement, we're going to use multiple transform 3D nodes connected after the camera 3D. Each one controls a different part of the motion. Just make sure to insert each new transform node between the camera 3D and the previous transform node so we don't mess up the pivots. And more importantly, we overlap the keyframes. For the first movement, I'll animate the Z offset to create a slow camera push-in. I'll keyframe from frame 0 to around frame 100. I'm working at 30 FPS by the way. Then smooth everything in the spline editor. So I'll select the keyframes, press S to smooth them. Then tweak the handles to adjust the easing. If playback gets slow, just drop the resolution to coarser, then switch it back when you're done. For the second movement, I'll prepend another transform node, and instead of starting at frame 100, I'll start it earlier, around frame 40 to 80, depending on the speed I'm going for. This overlap is what creates continuous motion. Then I'll move forward about 100 frames or so and adjust position and rotation to frame the second Polaroid. Again, I'll go into the spline editor, smooth the keyframes, and tweak the easing. I'll go back to the Tesla Polaroid group, append a time speed node after the text, set it to nearest, and give it a delay of around 80 frames. Now, you might notice this process can get complicated fast. Managing keyframes, splines, easing, timing, it's not always fun. That's exactly why I built this. This is Ultra Ease 3D. It's a keyframe-free animation tool built using modifiers and expressions. You can choose when the animation starts, how long it lasts, and the easing style, from built-in easing functions to custom curves, all from a single control panel. So for the third movement, I'll set the animation start to frame 150 so it overlaps with the previous movement. I'll set the duration to around 150 frames as well, then go to the end of the animation and frame the third Polaroid using the adjustment sliders, and choose an easing style, of course. As simple as that. Then I'll give this text a delay as well, just like we did before. Alright, now the camera movement is smooth, but it still feels a bit flat. So I'll add a subtle camera shake on the Z rotation using a perturb modifier, just enough to make it feel more natural. Don't overdo it. I'll also add a soft clip node to fade out objects that get too close to the camera. And finally, a simple slide and animation for the Polaroids to make the intro feel more alive. I'm using Ultra Ease 3D for this as well. I can literally just link adjustment slider to its starting position slider with an expression, then prepend a negative sign, sit on the start frame and adjust that slider, choose an easing function, and voila, smooth movement. Now, quickly for the background, add a background node, grid, a row dilate, and transform nodes. Set the edges to wrap, adjust size and erosion amount, bring it into 3D, scale it up and push it back. And from the free TOOLESSENTIALS Essentials pack linked in the description. You can add paper fold effect for each Polaroid, soft shadow, and fluid displace. And finally, add some effects: soft glow, emboss, vignette, noise, window shadows, and finally motion blur. And that's it, a simple layout turned into a cinematic 3D scene. If you want to speed this workflow up, check out TypeEssentials and ANIMESSENTIALS packs in the description, and take care.